Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as LaughLoveLangella, and in today's video I'm going to do another making home series. It's been a little bit since I've done this. Last time around we were finishing up touches on the built-ins and everything, and so I really want to get into the fall mood. I'm gonna bake an apple crisp today because I am just so ready for this cozy season to begin. The temperatures are kind of sitting in like the 70s, low 80s, and I'm not here for it. I want cool sweater weather. I would take that all year round if I could, with like 4 days of summer, and I would be fine with it. So we're going to do a little bit of baking. I also picked up a few items, so as we're waiting for the crisp to bake, I figured I could open up some stuff with you guys and you can see what I've recently picked up. And then I might mess with the built-ins a little bit. We're gonna have to see how time gets us. I got little miss over in her playpen right now, but we're gonna get right into apple crisp. And while I'm doing that, I figured it would be a great opportunity to kind of touch on some questions that I've gotten a lot repetitively and just chat with you guys for a bit. So let's get to baking. So like I said, we're going to make an apple crisp. I like to keep mine super simple. I did, however, last year we went to Blowing Rock in North Carolina. Beautiful town, absolutely gorgeous, especially during the fall season. I would love to make another trip back sometime, but we stopped at the Spice and Tea Exchange. She's sitting right here, so you're gonna be hearing her. We stopped at Spice and Tea Exchange and they had the most amazing apple crisp cinnamon sugar. I can't even tell you how delicious it was. I only got a small bag and completely regret it because I ripped through it within 3 apple crisps that I made. So I'm actually going to order some online. I will have it linked for you guys. I did stop at a local shop called Savory Spice, hoping they would have something like that, and they didn't. But they did have salted caramel spice, and it smells amazing. I'm obsessed with anything salted caramel, like the Williams-Sonoma hot chocolate mixes. That's how excited I am about salted caramel. I think I bought like 6 of them last year and it didn't last me the whole winter. So it's amazing, it's delicious. I'm getting sidetracked. But we're gonna do a little bit of baking, get into the fall spirit. So many of you guys were saying last time how she stole the show with her talking and everything, and I completely agree with you on that. It's so fun. So let's get to baking. So like I was saying before, I figured I would also, while I'm doing this, address some of the questions I've gotten repetitively. Now for my crisp, I like to peel my apples. I know some people like to leave the skins on it. Totally your preference. I follow a super simple recipe for this. I don't go crazy at all, but I'm gonna add that salted caramel spice because I feel like that would be a really great addition for it. But some questions I get all the time. What are the color of the built-ins? They are Sherwin-Williams Urbane Bronze in a satin finish because I wanted them to stand up well to being touched a lot. We have it set up where the left side I have like school supply, art supply type of stuff, so like paper, markers, crayons, that kind of thing. And the right set of doors on that left side, we actually have the our switch in there. So we actually, my husband and I planned ahead, and when we were framing out the fireplace, we actually in the box drilled out a hole and ran our HDMI cable through the wall down into the lower cabinet. So that way we don't need to be unplugging the switch and also having an exposed cable. I'm all about aesthetics where you can. So we ran that cable so that way it can stay plugged in all the time. And then the right side is my side where I have all of my extra decor stuff. And it makes the most sense because we have our green chair over there. And so it's blocking the doors most of the time. I'm not getting in there every single day to grab a vase or something. So it made a lot of sense to set it up that way. Another question I get a ton of is, yeah, does my husband work in construction? And because obviously I don't do all of this by myself. I do a lot of it actually, but we very much are a 50-50 team when it comes to building and everything. The painting is 100% on me though. A+ for effort. It's just not his strong suit. His biggest amazing quality about him is that he's an amazing, she is so talkative now, I'm so sorry. He's an amazing cook and he has taught me so much over the years that we've been together, which I so appreciate, but I am not on his level at all. He did go to culinary school for a little bit, but never actually finished it. But again, I digress. He worked in construction years ago, but it was never custom cabinetry building type of stuff. It was demolition, framing walls and that kind of thing. So really what it comes down to for us DIYing everything is the willingness to learn and also cost. If we wanted to pay somebody else to build the scale of built-ins and the style I wanted and everything, we probably would have spent easily 3 to 4 times as much money as we spent. Now, given it wasn't pennies still, we still spent a good amount of money on it, but nothing in comparison to having somebody else do it. It also took us a year, given I was pregnant. We were also redoing all of the flooring ourselves throughout our entire home. So we had a lot happening regardless of that, and we were only working on the weekends. So you can pay more and get it done faster, but that just wasn't in the budget for us. And honestly, I really enjoy working with him. And so I had a lot of fun figuring things out. Not when I was heavily pregnant. That kind of physically was difficult, but besides for that, it was a great time. All right, we're back. How to do a diaper change. Another question I get all the time is, or a question or a statement, you can kind of look at it both ways. And given this is your fair warning, this is a chatty video today. I feel like I haven't done one like this in a while, so might as well throw it in the mix. You should paint your kitchen cabinets. Are you going to paint your kitchen cabinets? Is something that I get asked or is mentioned quite often. And I have addressed this before, but I know not everybody watches every single video, so it's not their fault that they don't know that I have actually talked about it. I have had a mood board for our kitchen since before we closed on our house. That's kind of how I work through everything in my mind. Is I will get my initial thoughts out for what I want to accomplish in a space, what elements I really love, and then I tweak it further from there. So I always sit there, source my inspiration, save on Instagram, on Pinterest, take screenshots of the pretty kitchens and everything else that I'm trying to do, like our built-ins. What elements do I like from one or another one? And how do I make it my own? I know we are in a phase where we want to be held constantly. Yeah, you do. She's so proud of herself because she's standing up right now, holding on to it. But in regards to the kitchen, I have had a mood board for the last 3+ years. I've tweaked it over time, but the core elements of what finishes I want and everything have remained the same the entire time. So I do want to have a dark stained island. I'm gonna do the same, I know. I'm gonna do the same color as my coffee table and my entry table actually, because I really love the tones of that one. You gonna let me talk? Maybe. Dark stained island. I am going to also make it bigger. Hold up. All right, we got some fresh new toys in the mix, so hopefully we'll be okay. Like I was saying, dark stained island, like my coffee table and entry table. I would love to do Taj Mahal quartzite. I've had a screenshot of that since before we even bought this house. I love that countertop. I know it's gotten increasingly popular over the years. It's just what I love, and I don't care that it's trendy. If it works in the budget and everything, that is what I would like to see happen. And then as far as our perimeter cabinetry, I actually am planning to paint it, because as much as it would be beautiful to have all dark stained cabinets, I know. Come here. We're back. We're having a moment. As much as I would love to have dark stained cabinets throughout the entire kitchen, I think it would be too much, because our house is smaller. I say smaller. It's narrow and long. And so it also has no natural light downstairs. None whatsoever. I have all the lights on in the kitchen right now, and that's the only reason that the lighting looks as decent as it does. So on a regular basis, it is so incredibly dark in here, and I don't want it to feel like a dungeon. The built-ins I did dark because I needed to break up the white walls. And so I didn't want it to, I wanted it to be a statement. You're gonna touch the mic. I wanted it to be a statement, but I also needed to have a break from all of the white. I'm so sorry if this is making a lot of noise with her touching it. So, stained island, dark, painted perimeter. I am looking to add in a couple of other elements, but I don't want to share too much, because if I tweak it and then I don't do it that way, and I also just want it to stay in my mind and make sure it can happen before I sit there and say, these are my grand plans, and then I can't even meet it 50% of the way. But I am planning to do that. I might do a darker counter on the perimeter instead of doing the Taj the whole way around. That's where I would like to go, but I need to see what's available when it comes time for us to do it. But that is why, goodness gracious, that is why I have not painted or invested any energy into this kitchen, because I know I have to redo the entire thing, because this actually is like opening a can of worms. I can't reuse my boxes because every single shelf is fixed. You cannot move a single shelf in a single cabinet box. They are literally part of the build of the box. And so that has made it difficult, where I'm going to have to build all new boxes. I say me and my husband, because we do it together. We also just got a Craig Jig Foreman to speed up our pocket hole process exactly for the kitchen and for his office upstairs, because that was the project we were working on. And then we stopped and redid all the flooring and the fireplace and the this and the that. And that's where we're at right now. So we're back for the moment. We'll see. So that was a very rambly way of saying I have plans. I've had plans for quite some time. It's just a matter of what other projects were absolutely necessary to happen first and what we could afford to wait on. And that was definitely one that we could afford to wait on. So I just, what's it called? I peeled all of my apple. Now I'm just going to do slices. I want to say they're like 1/4 of an inch thick. So I'm just going to continue dicing up 4 large apples for this. I probably could have gotten away with doing 3 large or 4 smaller ones. It all depends on what you like personal preference wise of your ratio of crumble to apples. I definitely like a lot of crumble, so I probably would have done a little bit less. So I have half of these diced up. Now I'm going to just go in, and I like to alternate the direction, doing a whole layer and then adding in my sugar, cinnamon, and then I'm going to do that salted caramel spice as well. I think it'll add a nice flavor. Just want to say a quick thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel today. I know this is definitely different than what I normally put out. I was honestly not expecting to be this chatty this day, but I just took it for what it is, and this is where we ended up. But I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for being here. Yeah, yeah. All right, so that's the last of the apples. We're going to do the last little topping moment. I like to go in with every layer. I know some people will, what's it called? Mix it all in a bowl, but I don't think I leave my apples chunky enough for that, and I don't want to break them. I like being able to just like layer it and everything. So there we have that. My husband thinks, he came down before while I was filming, he thinks I went a little bit light on this salted caramel. So I think I'm going to add a good amount of this, maybe like a teaspoon, because I don't want to go crazy. Add this to the crumble mixture. So now we are going to do the crumble. I get questions all the time where this mixing bowl is from. My husband actually got it for me on Amazon. Oof, sorry. I was gonna say, I'm trying to be quiet. Here we are making all this noise. Got this on Amazon. I love it. It looks so pretty just sitting on the counter too. I used to have a glass one, but when I was baking chocolate chip cookies one day and mixing the chocolate chips in, it cracked in the bottom, which was really odd. But love this one. It is a hand wash because of the copper outer part. But for my crumble topping, I will put an overlay of this card here. This is like the rough recipe that I follow. I also preheated the oven because I completely forgot until we totally finished the apple portion of this. But the crumble topping recipe I actually got off of a tea towel, which sounds so funny. But if you guys remember years, I'm talking years ago, Hearth and Hand used to come out with those recipe tea towels, and I collected nearly all of them. And on one of her recipes, she has a crumble topping, and that is the exact one that I follow. I just do slightly more butter for what it calls for. So I think it's 1/3 of a cup. I just go a little heavy on that. But soften your butter, take it out first thing in the morning. I actually remembered, so I'm so proud of myself. So we have our butter, we need flour and white sugar, so I'm gonna mix that up first. And then that's also, optionally, I like to do it, I add cinnamon to my crumble. And I'm also gonna add the salted caramel spice. I think it's gonna give it a really yummy touch. It was so nice to take the time, honestly, to bake. I used to bake 3 to 4 times a week. It's one of my love languages. I love being able to provide that for my family. And ever since we moved into this house, I have slowly done less and less. And a lot of that's because anytime I've been working on projects. So it's definitely something I need to get back into. I love doing it for my family. They love getting it. So I need to reconnect with that side of me, and learn to take a little bit of a deep breath, which is a good reminder for all of us. So whenever I am adding in any like softened butter, oh sorry, I didn't even realize this is being seen. I quarter it up and then cut it off in little cubes, so that way I don't get it like all bunched up in there, and just add them a couple at a time. A couple, I'm adding 4. But I would love to know down in the comments, what is one of your favorite things you love to bake during the fall or holiday season? I always am making an apple crisp. And then something else I love to make are molasses cookies. They are one of my absolute favorite, and I only do it during fall, winter months. But that's also my family's favorite as well, especially my son, who loves them. Now I'm just pouring the crumbled mixture on before we go into the oven, and I can't even begin to describe to you guys how much this smells like fall to me. I'm so excited. My husband smelt it as I was baking it and was super excited as well. Now we're going to bake it at 350 for 40 to 50 minutes, depending on what type of oven you have. So, next order of business, don't mind the mess. This is what it looks like on a daily basis at our house. You guys normally get all the beautifully styled and everything's out of the way. You don't see a vacuum kind of stuff. That's not real. I will certainly be honest and say that, but I have noticed that I have a tendency that if a space is beautifully styled and everything has a purpose, then it tends to stay neater. This space has no purpose and has nothing, and I have been struggling with feeling like I need something because I hate staring at the back of a couch. This is actually the cleanest it's been in like 4 months. There's normally like an air compressor or something down here because of the built-ins going on. But I made a trip because I follow the Pottery Barn South Carolina outlet Instagram page, so I can see when they get new deliveries in, what they have available and everything. And so that's how I was able to find the green chair. You can also get on a wait list, so if they get it in, they'll call you, which is amazing. But I have been wanting a table for behind our sofa here since we did the switch originally of this used to be between the windows, now it's not. I've wanted a table there. I was hoping I could find an antique piece of furniture, but I needed specific dimensions, and everything I was finding was too long or too tall. So I figured I'm better off buying something new. I can still hunt for an antique piece of furniture that perfectly fits the bill. But in the meantime, have something that has a definitive purpose here, clean it up, and then I'll stop with the dumping of florals and everything else that I keep on doing. So I took a trip to the Pottery Barn outlet and picked up a table that I think is perfect. It actually matches. It doesn't match. It very, very closely coordinates with our floors, which is amazing. But I'm gonna tidy this up first. Now I'm expecting these baskets to come back, but for the sake of this making sense, I'm going to remove it and bring the table in first. And see, this is what happens. I literally had all these papers here that I didn't even know because I just keep dumping it all. I have a pumpkin, I have some florals, I have a Christmas ornament, I have all sorts of things in here I didn't even know about. It's always so funny how one decision can truly help define a space, and that's what I felt like was lacking here. And it's so funny looking back on it now. Once we flipped the sofa around, this is exactly what my husband suggested. I have to give credit where credit's due. He comes up with some great ideas, and sometimes I can see the vision immediately, and other times I need a little assistance. And I saw this too, but I needed to see the right table here to truly embrace it, and I love it. If you're doing anything that requires you to move furniture, these are amazing. So this is the table that I picked up. It looks more yellow on camera than it actually is. It's not this yellow in person, but this is the Oakley console table or sofa table from Pottery Barn. But I figured that this would be great because it is more narrow, which we do need because our dining table, it's messy, so I'm not getting into it. It's right here. I wanted to make sure we had room where we could open up the chairs, people could be sitting, and we could still walk behind it. Plus, I am always telling you guys how I need more storage. So this way I can hide like my laptop, remotes, that kind of stuff in the drawers. We don't need another chunky piece of furniture. And so I like how this one is open. So I'm hoping that the stacked baskets fit underneath this. So we're going to take a look and see. Let's see. Ooh, we just made it. Actually, we have like a couple inches clearance. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how that was gonna work. So these baskets are actually a look for less for the beachcomber from Pottery Barn as well, which I do actually have one. It's above my secretary desk. I found these at World Market and it came in 2 different sizes. It's the sweetest sound, and I know you guys enjoy it too, so I don't cut it out. But this way, again, more storage. I'm all about trying to introduce more storage anywhere I can. I have those birthday balloon ornaments in here right now because the garage is a whole other thing. I can't even get into it. It stresses me out even thinking of where to begin, and it's totally my fault. But that's not today's problem. But I love this. I wanted to make sure I was still leaving some open space because I don't want to just be cluttering with furniture. As far as styling on top, I can't concentrate. As far as styling on top of it, I'm probably gonna keep it super, super minimal. Just put a couple coffee table books in a bowl. I don't want anything that can get knocked over. And I also have a lot of florals happening around. I think it would be overwhelming. So we're gonna keep this cool, calm, and collected. But yeah, what do you think of the new addition? All right, so in addition to the new table, which I do love, I think it's going to be a moment of self-restraint, not trying to put all sorts of things on it. I also, side note, want my built-ins to be the backdrop of every single thing I do. They're like a part of my personality now. I love them so much. But for the additional things I have picked up recently, I did order this online from Pottery Barn. It is one of the Luminara candles. I normally find all of mine at Home Goods, Home Sense, TJ Maxx, but I have never come across a Luminara. I've never come across a Luminara candle in the green color. I've seen the green with that wick that doesn't dance. It's not Luminara. I am not a fan of those. So I went for it. I splurged a little bit. It was on sale. And then now they're an extra 20% off. So you can save more than what I paid for it. So I will have this linked. I'm crossing my fingers it's in stock when you guys see this video. But I love these. It's like the most beautiful muted green. It looks like it's the color of my shirt. It's not. My shirt's brown. This is green. But love, love, love these. So excited to decorate with that. Additionally, from the Pottery Barn outlet, I normally only find a couple things, but you save so much money shopping there. This is so funny. Like when I have an obsession over an item, if I can find every color, I'm gonna do it. I found more of the Xenia pillow covers that I have. I have the green ones on our sofas. Absolutely love. Great everyday piece. It could be a staple. Green, I tie in. Yeah. Green, I tie in with my neutrals. It is just a perfect all year round color in our bedroom upstairs, as you guys saw recently in my home tour video. I have that beautiful purple type of color. And then at the outlet, I found a yellow and one of the blue ones. I was hoping to get 2 of the blue because I saw them share it on their stories, but they only had 1 left. This one was 40% off, and this was part of clearance. So it was 60% off and an additional 15. Who am I to say no to that? Perfect for late spring, summer decorating. I'm not a yellow person. It's just not my cup of tea. I love my safe space in greens, browns, and blues. But we can all afford to branch out a little bit. I thought this would be really pretty. I could technically use this for fall if I really wanted to, but regardless, super excited that I found these. I was hoping to find the matching shams for my bedding, and I didn't. So I think I'm gonna have to just wait and see. I don't want to spend the money. If I don't need to, I don't want to. I'm gonna see if there's a sale online on those and maybe just get like a little discount. Right now they're full priced. But I got those. I also was planning on doing another, I was planning on doing a DIY in this video, but I got incredibly rambly when baking. So stay tuned for my living room refresh video, and I will include this in it. But I picked up some fabric because if you guys remember, it's a few months ago now, I talked about adding some curtains to our secretary desk. I am finally making myself do it. So I got some fabric from Hobby Lobby. It took me so long because I wasn't finding the exact fabric I want. And this isn't even, but it's close enough. Yeah, so we just decided to go for it. I got some tension rods from Lowe's because this is a true antique piece of furniture. I am not putting holes in it. I absolutely am not. So I got some tension rods and we're gonna see how that works. So stay tuned for that video so I can make some curtains for that. And then the last piece is from one of my absolute favorite places to shop, and that is Golden Oldies. And that is no secret. So this actually got shipped to me from them because they're wonderful, and I just couldn't really make a trip out. They actually did send this to me also because they are so wonderful. I love the team there. Everybody is so incredibly kind and nice. If there's ever anything that I share from them that you guys want, you can send them an email. If they have it, they will be happy to ship it to you. So you can send them a screenshot of whatever it is. But they they found these amazing stone bowls. Sorry, I'm fighting with the box a little. Wrestling. I promise. We're making progress. I'm wrestling. They package this very, very well. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay, I think it's my turn now. Look at this double stone bowl. Oh my goodness. So This could look super cute styled as a candle holder. I could put like a couple of tea light candles. I could put some bowl filler in it. What else could we do? This looks like a pinch like pot thing. I don't think I would recommend that because these are like found vintage pieces and you don't know what has been on this. But super, super pretty. I know that they do have more of these, all sorts of different colors, light and dark variation between all of them. So you're not going to find one exactly like this. I'm not going to find one exactly like yours, but so pretty. And I love this. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Like this could just be pretty, just styled, styled on its own. I have to go, and the timer is actually about to go off for the crisp, so let's go grab that. I couldn't help myself. I had to do a little bit of styling because I'm just excited about this. So I brought out this beautiful stone bowl that's also from Golden Oldies, and I love using pine cones as a bowl filler for the fall and winter months. It brings in a nice organic texture. And on the other side, I'm adding just a couple of coffee table books and that really pretty green Luminara pumpkin candle. This looks so good. I made it before I picked my son up from school, and I'm 100% having dessert before dinner because why not? So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I sure hope you enjoyed. Again, super chatty. I'm so sorry. I was sitting here thinking of what I was going to like include and everything. And great concept in my mind, but I did not realize how much I apparently had to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this super chatty vlog-like type of moment. Stay tuned for the curtain DIY on the secretary desk. I also am waiting on one order to come from Pottery Barn, actually. UPS is at the door right now. It's not that. They're coming on Monday. I did order the turning maple stems. If you guys remember, I grabbed the turning oak ones for early fall decorating, the green ones. I got the more traditional fall ones. They were more than 50% off. So absolutely, I'm not going to say no to that. If I have to go to Hobby Lobby and grab budget-friendly stems, but I need 5 or 6 of them, I actually spend more money. So totally worth it for me to invest a little bit because I was still not spending as much as if I went and got some other stuff. But I'm going to enjoy my crisp. We're going to go head out and grab brother shortly here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on what the new items I picked up, how you like them. Again, let me know what recipes you love to bake. I am not a pie person. I also, surprisingly, am not a pumpkin person. Or nuts, hazelnut, whatever, like Nutella. That's the bottle warmer. I don't like any of that stuff. I'm a little different. But let me know your favorite seasonal treats to make. I would love to get some ideas and inspiration. Crisp and molasses cookies are my go-tos that everybody in the family loves. But regardless, I'm gonna feed her and then finish eating this. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and for this chatty moment. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video, friends. Bye.